Being Malaysians and Asians in general, we tend to be on the lookout for the best deals and discounts there are and there is to offer to us, right? Especially, nowadays with online shopping, every freaking month is a freaking sale. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4.
But technically, they give you one day, yeah.
It's true, yeah. But there are some ways that people have been saving money even before the sales happen, right? You can call it frugal living. You can call it being cost conscious, being wary about what they're spending on money, right? What they're spending their money on. Today, we talk about it. And is there a difference between being a frugal person and being a straight up cheapskate? Let's dive in to the deep and shallow pockets of your mom. Hey,
really?
Welcome back.
You kick off the episode with your mom. That's mad. Okay.
That's mad.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Table Talk Podcast. It's your boys,
back.
the Mings, with showrunner Jeremy. And this week we've got a very special guest because it's episode 120. Congratulations, boys.
Is that a big deal? It's a big deal.
I don't know. It felt like a big deal now.
It felt a big deal. 120 is 10 dozen episodes, guys.
120. Yes.
2 times 60.
Math.
6 times 20, 4 times 30, 30 times 4, all that jazz. It's a great number, guys. 120.
Time process. Sorry.
Yes.
But you know who's 120?
No.
No, I got that's the best segue.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the lovely LAYYI with us. Can we get a round of applause?
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Oh my God, we got you
For the applause. Yeah.
But
okay.
Unlike Minghu's opening, LAYYI is not a cheapskate and frugal person.
No, yeah.
Why don't you tell people who have no idea who they're listening to? What you do, who you?
Hi guys, I'm LAYYI, singer-songwriter, student from Singapore. Yeah, I'm a student, no full-time job yet. Yeah, but I'm doing music on the side. I just released like a song maybe in May, so it's kind of quite recent. And yeah, I stay alone in Singapore actually. So,
maybe you should address later DM your
okay, no address DMing here.
I realize it's safer to say that in Singapore. Like you should never say that in Malaysia. Like, hi guys, I live alone. I'm a single girl. Yeah,
that's true.
That one we immediately cut out the episode. Just say, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I said something wrong. Yeah.
No. All good.
Yeah. So I stay alone in Singapore. So I guess like managing finances is really something that I had to juggle with from a young age.
And how long have you been like living alone abroad? I mean, sorry, it's not abroad. It's just at home.
Since 15. I stayed with my older sister, but our lives are kind of like very, very separate. Like and then she left for Paris 5 years ago. So so it's been 5 years that I'm like alone.
Wow.
Since 15 without my family. Yeah.
So many questions, but good job. You're still alive.
So
thank you.
You've been doing something right.
Yeah, you've been doing something right at least. More rights than wrongs.
Oh,
I
my
hope
goodness.
so. Yeah.
Speaking of sweet young things, Jeremy.
Okay.
Is also Jeremy is also a sweet young thing, and Jeremy, you don't live alone, Jeremy.
Definitely not.
No, not at the moment.
No. But I think
thank you, our parents, for the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just shout out to the sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
Sponsors of this episode. Yeah. But today we're diving into the topic of just really money management. What's it like being, cost conscious? And I think we've got a really good spectrum of people here because Minghan. Okay, so we're brothers, right? And Minghan is so good at saving money. He's so good at choosing the cheaper option.
Pokemon cards.
Of course. I am on the, I wouldn't say opposite end of the spectrum, but I have
extreme
been on the
end of the spectrum. What are you talking about?
End of the spectrum. We've got Esther LAYYI with us, who has been living alone since 15, meaning that she's had to have a very conscious control over her spending and finance since such a young age, right? And then we're going to dive into some stories about what that looks like in today's sort of context. And we've also got Jeremy, maybe a control, right? Someone who is staying with the parents, has been abroad studying overseas, but also coming back earning his own money now.
When you just look into Jeremy's camera, you're going to see there's absolute no control when it comes to tech and devices, and just like zero control when it comes to
headphones, the keyboard, the mic.
Sorry.
So it's going to be quite an interesting conversation today, right? But before we jump into that, let's talk about what's been happening in Malaysia. Minghan, over to you I'm going to give you like 30 seconds, Minghan.
Oh, wow.
In Malaysia, we just proven that we need a change. Okay, that's
okay.
all I'm going to say. Because if I go into it, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to burn down a few houses, burn down a few bridges, potentially get called out by the popo. So I'm going to try my best not to do that. But we've had the most entertaining season of live streams this country has ever seen. It is so many good slogans, so many good T-shirts to make. I don't know whether you keep up with it, Esther. Like, you know, the Malaysian Parliament.
She probably doesn't. I don't blame her.
I have a family chat that like so my mom's side of the family.
Right.
They're all from Malaysia. They're all from like.
So every day lately it's just been like messages lah.
Yeah. My mom just sending all those like boomer pictures of like the numbers like increasing and stuff.
Okay. So the numbers is one thing. The numbers can be one thing, but the boomer pictures. Okay. Now we know what the kids call it these days. Boomer pictures. Good.
Yeah,
Lord.
boomer pictures. Yeah. Like those with the flags and like the numbers in bold.
Yeah. Boomer pictures. Also known as actually factual data from our Kesihatan department. But it's okay. Boomer pictures work.
I love it.
But yeah, we're going to try not to talk about the thing that everyone wants to talk about because it's still ongoing. And, you know, I don't know whether you know, Esther, our politicians have literally involved royalty in it. And
it's so good.
I tell you, the twist tables, turn-tables have all flipped upside down, reversed.
It's quite nuts. It's quite nuts. You know, like it's so tasty that Jeremy, our showrunner, included in today's notes, right? He said, I know Parliament now very tasty, but let's just tastefully touch on the topic in a broad sense.
That's literally our notes in the episode guide, okay?
It's good.
Yeah, because you know it's been a very crazy few days.
Yeah.
There's a meme I saw on Twitter that said like people who are working, they're looking at two screens. One is Parliament and the other one is their work.
It's
that
true.
Was for, like,
talking about dual screens, great shout out to our Malaysian badminton player who just, you know. What? Yeah, I just say segues don't mean a thing to me. Yeah. Guys, we need to understand that another 20-year-old just went up against one of the best in the world.
You mean 16? He's 16
years old. So 16-year-old, sorry. Oh my gosh.
Okay, my brain. 23?
He's 23.
20-year-old guy. Who said
Nobody said
you just said it was 16.
We're just everywhere right now.
Basically, this is the demonstration how our parliament has been so far. Okay?
Yeah, correct. We just say things.
Shout out to this homeboy racking it up. And you are a champion to all of us.
You are our hero.
To everyone,
I don't care.
To everyone else being salty about him losing. Tell me what you did when you were 23 lah.
You go and play badminton lah.
Go play badminton lah. Play the best in the world. See what you can do.
Go play against China. See what you win not.
But speaking about 23. Speaking about 23. LAYYI is 23. Thanks. Okay, anyway. Back to the topic today.
Are you 23?
I'm 25.
25, 3 plus 2.
We're there. With Jeremy's 23. Jeremy's 16.
Jeremy's 25.
Yes. Jeremy's okay, 4. So let's jump back into the episode for the day, right?
Okay.
So being frugal. What does frugal mean? If you do a quick dictionary search online, I'm hoping one of you guys are doing a quick thank you, Jeremy.
Yes. Okay.
Adjective.
Frugal.
Sparing or economical as regards to money or food.
Okay, let's do a quick self-assessment, and I think this is a very healthy exercise. Let's start with LAYYI. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like splurging, hype beast, bang bang, and 10 being I'm frugal AF. Where would you rate yourself? So we're gonna do this at the start, and then we'll see the assessment at the end. Okay. So 1 being I throw money like a bee, right?
Make it rain.
And 10 is I'm this Oliver Twist. I'm on the streets. Can I have one more bowl, please? You know, that's where we're at. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think it's definitely changed over the years. Right now, I think I'm like a 7.
Okay.
A 7, yeah.
Healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of making it rain, but just enough.
Megan, 7's not. 7's frugal. Like
10 is the Oliver Twist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So 7 meaning.
Okay.
So you save above average, like
so you're like sitting at the doorstep of the orphanage right now, basically.
Oliver
Twist, Mingyu, come on, Oliver Twist.
It's true.
Should I have said 6.5 then?
6.5. Okay, 6.5. 6.5.
The 0.5 is really indicative. You know?
I think I'm a 6.5. Yeah,
Why would you say you're a 6.5? What sets you apart below the 5 level?
Yeah.
I think I do save more than I spend. I have my expenses. I think the biggest amount that I spend is on my rent. Yeah, and then my food is actually the least amount. And then transport.
Makes sense in Singapore. Don't spend a lot of money on food. It makes sense.
Wow, that backhanded slap is crazy.
Was I just burned? I read Singapore. Sorry, guys. But I kind of agree. I miss Malaysian food. Malaysian food is definitely better. But like,
thank you. That was all we needed to hear.
Sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
All we needed to hear.
Yeah.
Guys.
I miss going back to just eat the food. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. So LAYYI is on a 6.5.
Yeah.
On the scale. Let's talk Jeremy. Jeremy, where are you at on the scale?
I'm interested to hear this scale
of baller versus frugal.
Jeremy is like a -2.
I'm not a 1. I won't say I'm a 1.
Okay.
But I think I'll be like a 3 or 4.
Okay.
But wait. I like to add, right? But when I spend, right, I make sure I get the best deals.
Yes, that's
like,
true. Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
I will not go and buy the camera when it just came out. I'll make sure I'll get a good deal and bargain of it before buying. So
So let's say 3. 3 is that line where there's still logic.
Yeah, I would say maybe 4 lah. Like, let's put 4 lah.
Okay. Wow, suddenly move back a bit to 4.
Okay, guys. Just trying to get to the middle, right? Okay.
All right. Where's Mingyu? Then since Jeremy's
I think my it's also a journey. I think when I used to stay with my parents, I used to earn money for my own, and then I still could I could afford to not pay for a lot of bills, right? I was like maybe 2 or 5, you know.
There are certain times I black out and Mingyu is like a 0 for a while.
Correct.
You all need to know this.
Sometimes like we order food and like I just go for like the mid to high tier stuff, or I just wouldn't want to eat something that's a certain price. Not because I'm like a fancy bee, right? It's just that I like quality things.
Usually fancy bees say this kind of thing. Just saying.
It's true. Okay, you know what? You caught me there, lah. I think I'm just shy away from like buying like branded bags and clothes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm very blessed to not be sucked into that world. So I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like things I like guitars or like gadgets, right? Well, I will throw money, man. So I must have throw is an understatement, is it?
It's an understatement.
Yeah. So I would put myself maybe like at that time about 2.5, 3. But now I think I'm at about just like a 3. Just kidding. Now I'm
great step back from 2.
I still am above 5 lah. Like 5 is
alright. That's still what's the latest splurge for
you got me at the bad timing. You got me at the bad timing. Prior to this week, I've been really good. I haven't bought anything in ages. I just buy groceries. I buy like I've not bought anything. Just this week, I bought a new keyboard. And the keyboard is like 350 USD. So, yeah. But it's very ergonomic. It's good, right, guys? It's like I type a lot.
Justification.
I type a lot. I go to the toilet a lot too. My toilet bowl's not ergonomic, that kind of thing. Do they sell ergonomic toilet bowls?
They do. I'll sort you out with some links. I know these things. Okay, so I'm about, I would say I'm about a 6 or 5. Ming, what are you?
So I am
6 or 5. Sorry, 4 or 5.
You're a 4 or 5. Yeah, you're definitely a 4 or 5. Okay. I am a perpetual 8 with blackout moments of 1. So I have a swing. I think I just have moments where I become a 1. It happens every fortnight, every full moon, something like that. I wake up the next day and then like my credit card's in the red.
What's going on?
Yeah. But I think it's because like until the MCO happened and we've all had the liberty to go out and about. I've never really had like stuff or like a corner in my house where I keep things, So like, I don't really have like a need to buy stuff. I'm like okay with any kind of clothes. I'm okay with any kind of shoes. We're very like fortunate, like, most of the times we do get like brand jobs and stuff like that. So we have like shoes and stuff. So I'm like, and I'm not the kind of guy who changes my phone every year, right? So far, so good lah at 8. And someone now with a family, so happy new year, 8++++. But since the MCO happened and like I'm slowly building a small fortress in my house, I like to fill it up with stuff. And I'm like, and that's where the blackout at 1 comes, okay? Because I have an element of Jeremy where, I like to get the best deal. But I also like to get deals that potentially are a good investment in the future. So I would go and research stuff that is like, it is that Venn diagram of like it really is something that I'm super interested in, and it's like has good monetary value in the future, you know? So, AKA, I'm never going to be the kind of guy who buys cars for fun because, you know, that's just a downhill slope, you know, for people. But yeah, that I would say I'm an 8 with an occasional 1 and a very dangerous one because in my head, my justification is like, I never spend money my whole life. I just spend now, you know, take on it, you know, just go for it. You know, it's fun.
I like to add, when he started his whole Twitch streaming journey, he told people that like, I don't really spend much, you know, I've saved my money all this while,
the time,
and for my birthday, I decide to buy myself this. Look where we are now, yeah.
My birthday has not stopped, guys.
The birthday is just still going on.
Happy birthday, you know, just today. Okay.
I'm having the longest birthday in my life, guys. It's been mad. But you see, but even when I do stuff like that, right, like I'm gonna be honest, Jeremy, if we didn't have the Twitch community, I wouldn't be spending the same thing because it's like, to me, there'd be no use, right? But that's it. That's what I feel it is.
I think experiences do differ, and I agree with like what Esther said earlier on, right? It definitely you move on the spectrum throughout your life. And I think maybe the most interesting stories that we'll probably hear today are from when you have to manage your finances alone, right? So we'll save LAYYI's one for like the Grand Slam because I feel like her one is probably the best ones. Jeremy, you went to stay in England for about a year, right?
Not a year, it was like 3 months.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I was there for 2 years. For 3 months, right? When you lived there, I remember you telling the story that you only had how much money?
So my parents gave me in cash like a ang pao, £1,000.
£1,000, and that was it. That
was it, right? So and then like there was a thought, I will be able to like if there's a need for more money, then I will get a bank account. So when I went to the UK, it was quite hard to get a bank account because I'm not legal. Like you're there for 3 months, so I don't have a proper like visa. I'm just a short-term visa kind of thing. So, but I managed to get a bank account actually, luckily, by the bank. But that whole 3 months, right? I never like put in money. My parents didn't send me any extra money. And I remember the first month, because I couldn't get my finance being transferred, I used up like £400 to pay for my first month's rent. So that means that left me with like £600 for like 3 months. But at the end of that 3 months, I still had like 50. Like I had some like leftover, but
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And no, the interesting part is, okay, for everyone who doesn't know how this works, I guess a very good gauge would be if you don't live in London, definitely it's a lot cheaper for like accommodation and stuff, because London accommodation is just disgusting. But for me, even in my student accommodations, I was paying about £64 a week.
Oh, mine was 128.
Yeah, so mine's on the cheaper end already. Yours 100 something per week, right? Times 4, that's about 400 pounds.
I think that's how much I paid.
Because 300 to 400 pounds a month, that's just on like rental, you know. So like you can imagine when you scale that up with like food and telephone bill, all wow, GG man. But okay, how do you survive day to day? What were you eating, Jeremy? Do you not like do you not buy anything or what?
I would say I still splurged on the like food, but I never really splurged. To be fair, I feel like my weekly grocery was only like £20. Or 2 weeks groceries could be £20. And I would order, because I didn't have a rice cooker, I would buy those microwave rice, which is like £1. Then like I would just meal prep actually a lot. So I would, but the sad thing is, right, I ate the same food like every week. Like for that 3 months, I ate almost the same thing like every week. But I know I wasn't bored about it. It was like minced meat with either like Thai basil like flavoring or like Korean style. And then those are the 2 meals I made throughout my 3 months.
It's just rice and meat.
Rice and meat. And then like occasional like you have those oven baked like ribs and stuff, like which is were like 4 pounds or £5, so not that big of a deal. And then throw in the occasional Subway for like £2. Then that's how I survived the 3 months.
Man. Look at this guy hacking. So you actually really spend about £1,000 for 3 months.
Yeah, maybe less than. I think it's definitely less than that for living.
£1,000 for 3 months.
It actually it's quite impressive. No joke.
Yeah. Then you come back here. Then
okay, so what happened when you come back, Jeremy? Like now that you're earning your own money, right? Like you're just buying things for you and everyone else,
like
right?
this. Like
he's sugar daddy level, you know. Like that's where we're at.
Just be like, hey, you look good. Here's some ching, you know.
I'm not gonna say that.
You're cute. Let me give you 50. You know, like what is what's changed? Like now that you're back and earning your own money and stuff.
I think no, because when I was in UK, I also started to make my own money already. So that was when I made like substantial money, not like few 50 ringgit or like, you know, small money. So it became a bit more substantial. So I think then it got to a point where the good thing is that I've never really spent any of my parents' money. I've never gotten any allowance since I was young. So I was always making money by myself. So I think that was the mentality that kind of...
What were you doing at such a young age making money, sir? That's the question I want to ask.
There's a lot of things
that designing
like
stuff.
little cute
and like what,
boys
7 years old like.
No lah. I think like, cause when I was young, like food, I don't have to pay ma. Like it'll be really tough. So when I went to college, that's when I started making money doing like websites and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
that kind of helped,
what a hustler, man.
With the money in a bit, but I think that mentality is quite bad because when you have that back of the head thing, knowing that you don't spend your money is your own money, right, and not your parents' money, right, you're more likely to spend, and that's what I realized for people who just like got their first job, right, because their money is now their money. It's no more like they're not in debt to their parents.
Yeah, correct. They just
it's like it's your money.
Walls, dude. Yeah,
you don't have to feel bad.
That's me. Like ask me, my first few thousand go where? You know, all the guitar gear, bro. Mingan always tells the story, like because we used to perform a lot. Like we will go for like performances, and then because people will invite us and we go perform. When we do sound check, right? when I take out my guitar and my pedal board, all the other guitarists come and they're like, bro, this spaceship or this one.
We used to perform as opening acts because we are YouTubers, right? And radio level artists will come up and look at Mingyu's damn guitar board, and their eyes will be like,
amazing.
Wow.
It's quite
I feel like it's a thing for electric guitarists. I feel like electric guitar, right? It's such an expensive.
We're acoustic act.
Like,
just saying, we're an acoustic.
No, oh my gosh, then that makes it so extreme. Like, I think like electric guitarists connect over stuff like that.
This is my
your
my
board.
board already. So this is like
Wow, how about you just get like the digital one?
It used to be like maybe 4 times this size.
Oh my good lord!
Like there were 4 rails. Now it's 1 rail.
So where are your other pedals?
I sold them all off. I told myself, stop bluffing yourself. You're not John Mayer. just stop, Like John Mayer, his board also like damn
maybe
simple.
2 rails.
Two rails
I mean,
John Mayer himself will ask me, wow, where do you get this from?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you could just get a digital one now. I mean,
so Jeremy spent about 1,000 every 4 months, and okay, Esther, you've been alone.
I need to hear this, man.
We need to understand how you've been managing.
Is it you've been setting up like gambling dens in Singapore? Then like that's where you make the money from.
Wow, make easy money. Wow, I wish that was the case, man. But like, no, I mean, okay, my parents, both my parents left, when I was very young age. So then at 15, I just have to learn to survive on my own. So then, right after O levels, so after like 16 or 17, I went straight to work. So usually after your O levels, you like go to polytechnic or JC and then your college. So I didn't have the luxury to do that. So I went to work for about like close to 2 years at this MNC company. So I mean, because they're MNC, so they pay quite well. Even though I was like the smallest fry there with just an O level cert, I did I did admin, front desk, and they paid like me quite well. And so I think about halfway into the job, I realized that there's a private course that allows me to take a diploma with like a whole lot shorter time, because the diploma here will be like about 3 years, but that allows me to take one in like 8 months, and I can do it part-time. So I also did a part-time diploma while I work. After that I went to part-time uni, and then kind of convert into full-time. So but I took a long time though, and I remember that I actually remember that when I started working, right, those were the moments that I swung to a 1 or 2, because because I have never had earned my own money before, and I've never had so much money in my bank account before. You know what I mean? So it just felt like,
you know what I mean?
You imagine like for a 16, 17-year-old, right, to earn a full salary.
It's quite nuts.
Yeah, like to me, right, it was like
inside.
Yeah, for me it was huge. It was huge. Like every month I'll get my salary. I'm like, oh wow, like can I am I financially free now? Like am I do I have financial freedom now? So I legit I was so, I don't know, I didn't know I didn't know how to handle such a big amount. So I just I remember like I would just walk around the malls, right, just to see what I can buy. You know, like just see like what I can afford. Like because I just felt so good that wow, I'm earning money now. You know, like
this is me.
And like I'm not poor anymore. Like I can survive. You know, and then so I would do that, and then like but it died out very fast because like 3-4 months in, right, I realized like there's so much clutter in my room, and I hate clutter. And I was just like, I don't need all this stuff. Like so and then that's where I kind of thought about, okay, I need to save because like I'm still going to uni, so then if I don't do that, then I'm just gonna...
Okay, so you know, I want you to take a step back and just jump into Esther at that age, right? Because you weren't like, you know, LAYYI's singer-songwriter yet with all the baggage and stories, right?
Yeah.
Put yourself back at that age, you get your first paycheck, you know, you're 2 months into the job, you're like, is this what Ellen feels like? Am I Oprah now, right? What is the most expensive or the most you feel this was a splurge? Looking back in hindsight, this was a splurge. What was that item?
What, this? Wow, there's so many things.
Let's hear the 3 and 5.
The first one that comes to mind.
Wow,
you know it's a splurge.
I bought...
She's looking at the items right now.
she's on the other side.
No, because they're just like they're just basically
everywhere.
They're on the floor, you know.
Like daily items. There was clutter, guys. That's how much things I got. Like how much stuff I got. Like maybe clothes. Maybe clothes.
Most expensive. Like there needs to let's just brand drop.
Oh, brand. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
I don't know. Maybe a G2000. Like
whoa.
No, because I work, right. So that's the most expensive.
You gotta wear the baju, right?
Yeah, I gotta wear the office clothes stuff. Yeah.
Do you buy like a special watch or bag or
no? I also have no interest and no. I'm like so uneducated in like the branded stuff. Like my mom is very, very like the branded auntie, you know, but like I'm not. Yeah. She's like, well, branded goods all the way, but I...
Shots fired, your own mother. This is amazing.
Auntie, you're watching this, auntie.
She call you auntie, not me.
She knows. Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Okay, LAYYI, we're gonna play a very quick game with you, right? This is something that we did a couple of podcasts ago. Because now, you know, you said you hate clutter and you've kind of like, you know, got things out of your life, you know, some things that, you know, maybe are worth more, some are not so much. What are the 3 items you will grab if your whole room or house caught fire right now? Like right now, this spontaneous combustion.
My laptop, my phone, and
the phone not counted. Phone
not counted.
I just assume it's your pocket.
Okay, great. Okay.
Wow.
It's probably my laptop, my guitar, and my wallet.
Okay, no, wallet is already...
wallet also?
Wallet.
Great. So much leeway. So much leeway. Okay. Okay, then it's laptop, my guitar, and my mic, I guess.
Your mic?
Yeah, my mic.
What mic is this? Is it SM7B also?
No, it's just a Blue Yeti. Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a good mic. And Jeremy also will grab his mic actually.
Yeah,
he said,
okay. But then practical, right? I realized, right, it's gonna be so hard to take it out. Like I will die of smoke inhalation already by the time.
Alright, you would probably die.
Yeah.
So those are the things that are valuable to you, but not because of the monetary sense or the value wise. Is it more of like what it means or what?
Yeah, I think it's because I use them so often. Like and I mean, if my wallet and my phone is with me, that's kind of essential already. Because like your money is basically all there. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah. The reason why we ask people this is to just understand the layout of their room and house. If there's any special like jewelry or cash that we should be aware of when they come and rob you.
Oh, okay.
It's great. You know?
Thank God I live in Singapore.
Okay. We got friends. You know, Ben's a lanky guy. He's quite sneaky. We can get him to Just kidding. Okay. For Minghan. Let's turn the tables, right? From Jeremy, and then even we got LAYYI with how she's been able to spend and save her money. My goodness, that's actually quite interesting. Okay, wait, hold on. We didn't get to how do you like survive when it comes to rental and food? I think that's like the 2 biggest things on every person's mind when they live alone or like,
because you've been doing it
a plus point.
Like much earlier compared to the rest of us, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So my mom left when I was 10 and she got married to this other guy. We know this guy since I was like 7, 8.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he has a company. He started his own company and he has one in Singapore. So I started working there, helping them to organize the flyers, like clean the pantry, all that for like $5 per hour. Like, I mean, I wasn't even allowed to work at 14.
Wow, that's even more money than what I earned at 16.
Oh, is it? But I think like at that time, or like if this $5 per hour is kind of like child labor, because like because like at least the minimum wage. There's no minimum wage, but like even like you work at McDonald's, right? They at least pay 6-7 per hour, like for part-timers, but like I was working at 5 per hour, so I was really tired. Like every day I would go to school, right, and I would sleep in class, then I would have recess, I'll just spend the time sleeping, you know, and then and I was and to be honest, I was starving a little bit, because like I didn't even go for recess, so I think I was very blessed in a sense where like I feel like from
that
there, right, and that I really kind of am almost raised by like a whole village of people, like so my coach would always give me like his tin of biscuits, and then I had a teacher there who like wanted to understand my situation, and then but then I couldn't, at 14 I couldn't explain myself, so like I just cried for 10 minutes straight. Then she was like, she didn't even ask me to like explain myself anymore. Then she just told me she will make bread, like sandwich for me every morning, right, and put it in a pigeonhole so that during recess I can just collect. Yeah, so I survived on their help actually, like in my teen years, and then so until we had to move out of that current house, then we didn't have to worry about like rent lah, you know. So we only had to worry about that since I was maybe 17 or 18, which I was already like working full time there, taking my diploma, and then that's when I first moved out of the house.
Oh, guys, shit, this next level
This is
we need to do like short film.
The unexpected origin story of Esther and her childhood hustle years. So
that's crazy.
That kind of situations growing up in, definitely, no wonder you kind of have it all together at this point. You know, the practice from 15. Yeah, that's mad. Like, what was I doing when I was 15? Okay,
sticking my nose, eating it as for lunch.
that's how I save money most of the time, you know.
What, 15? Oh my gosh, need help.
Yeah, because you didn't have.
Esther, I need help.
Wow.
That's crazy, honestly.
That's nuts. And good job. I mean, you made it. I mean, you're alive. And what that people around you at that point, I'm like, just freaking godsend, seriously. And then sorry, your story just took the whole context of Frugal and Cheapskate. It's not even
suddenly
relevant.
It's just like wow. Like, guys, I don't know if y'all want a reality check, right? For everyone who's listening in, and I know a massive bunch from the Takeaway Discord community. We're all listening into this because everyone loves LAYYI, right? But realistically, like, if you wanted a reality check about how blessed we are, like, I think that story, like, dude, you will only hear those stories from, like, you know, like our grandfather, like, oh yeah, I had to work and go to school and play for the national team. Like, this girl right here just lived through it, man. And
then, go into the forest and dig for potatoes, you know?
Yeah, okay, I don't know about that part. Like, you didn't dig the forest, right? I think Singapore very few forests with potatoes.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, yeah.
But how are you? How are you so, like, this is going to be a very stupid question. How are you so happy? Like,
where did that
like today?
Right, yeah. To be honest though, like, it was really hard growing up. Like, like, many people, when I tell my story, many people tend to say like, wow, then you are, no wonder you matured faster, and like, no wonder, you know, and stuff like that. Like, and they're all good things for sure, you know, but I have to admit, like, when I was at that age, I really felt, a lot of times I was just asking why I had to go through this, you know, and like, why do I have to grow up faster? Because like at that age, when all my friends are like having supper, going to eat like bingsu or something like that, and then I'll be like in my office, and everybody's having their school holidays. Then after that, they will go like, you know, they'll go out and then they'll go to the amusement park and stuff, and then I'll be working, and I'll just be like, wow, why do I have to live my life so differently from the rest, you know? And I did grow up thinking a lot like that, you know, and I guess like, because my path, I don't know, like my journey is so different, like I had a lot of trouble like making friends, like kind of
they don't get you.
It
doesn't make sense.
Who's gonna get you?
And so so I grew up feeling really lonely and very like like I like the people, my peers are kind of like not really my peers, and I usually hang out with people older than me, and it's kind of weird because the people older than me, even though I hang out with them, they don't consider me their friend, because like it's more, yeah, because we're not the same age, right? Or like we're kind of like quite a lot older. So then, so I did. It was hard, you know. Not gonna lie about that. Yeah. I think only maybe in recent years, like I've managed to find people who kind of like can get me, you know. But it's almost like it's not that they were slow, but I was faster.
Your age finally caught up to your maturity.
Yeah. Like the rest of my friends are kind of in the same mind almost.
Some of them still there, right?
Yeah. So yeah, but I think really, like as I've said just now, I feel like I feel like my life is really a miracle. Like it feels like I'm a missionary staying in Singapore. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how I've been. Yeah, I know what I mean. I like missionary life in here, but like I was really raised up by a whole village of people from that time.
That's
like
amazing.
Just different people coming into my life to kind of provide for me here and there, or like kind of give me direction here and there. And if not, I really did literally grew up kind of alone. You know.
What a freaking blow to the topic. Good Lord.
We couldn't have gotten a more perfect guest for this episode, honestly, right?
Wow.
Minghan, let's kind of like, you know, let's step
so
back
actually
the shallow
when I was
waters,
young,
right?
you and I actually had to go outside to the park, you know, and dig in the sand for like oysters, just to feed our family at home. Yeah, we have nothing close to your story at this point. Let's just be honest, okay?
But it's okay.
But I think your perspective is such a rare one in Singapore because a lot of our Singapore friends, like the upbringing is very different. And Singapore's a very high-stress society. A lot of things are really expensive in Singapore. And just trying our best to salvage whatever we have left of today's structure. What is your definition of being frugal and a cheapskate? Coming from where you've been. What are friends that you would call frugal and what are friends you would call freaking cheapskate?
Well, I'm not gonna call them out like
just if you want to, like ID number,
usernames,
handphone number,
everything.
address. Just give everything.
Address. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the main difference between both of them is like one is that you're kind of being prudent, and the other one is that you're just being stingy. So I feel like even if you're frugal, you will always. It's still possible to have the mind and the heart to be generous towards someone. And like you will always have enough to give someone else, although you are saving up, you know. Yeah. So I think that so I think being frugal means that you do save up for stuff. You are kind of you are prudent about your spending. That means you think through the things that you're about to buy. You make sure that they are investments and they are not like one-time splurge, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's being frugal. But the thing is, again, like when you're frugal, you will still always have enough to give someone else. But if you're a cheapskate, right, that means like you always have not enough to give other people. Like that means you know, when you're cheapskate, you're just like, nah, man, I'm not gonna do this because like I'm gonna spend more money on you, but I don't have that amount, you know. Yeah. So I think that's the stinginess.
LAYYI coming in with the heavy wisdom. So it's a mindset, right? It's the mindset of I may not have a lot, but I can still help out.
Right? I
don't have enough for anybody except myself.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So some people in your life, can tell us about some names when it comes to cheapskate. Okay. That I think that's quite aptly put. I do think frugal has some wisdom to it. Yeah, I mean, be it your own wisdom when we're coming to financials. But yeah, cheapskate's logic is just cheapskate. You know, you never want to hang around a cheapskate guy, you know, right?
Yeah.
He's no fun going anywhere. She's no fun going anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's no problem with being like money conscious. I think that's something that we just want to point out, right? It's very important. Yes. Like if you want to have savings for later, you need to have, you have to be money conscious. You can't just buy nonsense and be like a baller, right? But also, I think a big part of it, which is, I guess, the more philosophical part of the conversation is what is money, right? It's like if you let it dictate the way you live, then you're going to be under the control of money rather than you controlling money. And I think growing up for myself and Minghan, like we always saw money as, it's great to have a lot, but even if you don't have a lot, it's okay. And my dad made it a point, and this is something that I think we always learn, right? Like that you always use it to bless other people. And the way we saw that was that after, after church or after like hangouts or whatever, when we went to eat together with people, everyone will order their food, but my dad will go and order an extra plate of like rojak or like some extra chicken, then everyone will share it. And I think that left a very long lasting impact on me, because I saw that it didn't need to be a fancy like bring you to steak, right? It was just that I bought fruits for all you guys to eat after this. And it wasn't even a lot of money. Like a plate of fruits, how much is it, right? Compared to like, you throwing money on like a bag for yourself. But that shared community experience, that happiness that you have, to me, that was what the real value of money could be. Like to enrich other people, to enrich the bonds and relationships. I guess maybe in that sense, we've been really blessed to kind of see money that way. And I think it's something that I want to challenge all of the listeners as well. If you guys are listening into this, thinking about where you are on the spectrum as well, play a game. Let us know where you are on the spectrum. Like my challenge to you is use an amount of money that you would have otherwise spent on yourself. Maybe it's a Starbucks coffee or some special treat that you're going to save up to get yourself this week. Use it to buy someone else something, whether it's like a koi bubble tea or some ice cream, right? And like let us know what that feels like when the person receives it, because I feel like it's a very different conversation, right? It's not so much about, oh yeah, I'm just going to save money for myself, but no, like use it to bless someone else. And I don't know, there's something powerful about that, because it's not just that you feel like you've done something nice, but that person may have really needed it in that time of need. Just like how Esther's teacher, when she was younger, just the simple act of like giving her biscuits or bread, right? Like to this girl, this singer-songwriter today who has like an amazing voice and like story, right? Like she remembers it all those years like later.
Yeah, and I think like it's like nuts, right now, especially like during this pandemic, I don't know what we did. I think what happened a lot last year, right, in 2020, when we had a lockdown for like 3 months, is that we kind of like delivered each other food. So we would ask for, hey, what's your address? And we would just kind of grab food them over, like, and then that happens so much. And some people like do it anonymously, like they ask for your address from someone else, and then they send you, and then you just just bless you, and then like, and then I just feel so taken care of. And I mean, we know that because of this pandemic, right? Like I mean, the whole world like economically is like kind of like went on a decline, like huge decline, right? And so everybody's trying to kind of like survival mode, like trying to, right? But in that whole time, we are all just like sending each other food, like can you imagine like what kind of like so I guess being frugal is good, and it's being prudent is great, but the thing is like even in a time like that, right? You can be frugal, but you still have always have enough to give someone else.
Oh, shut up, man.
So like
that mouth just zip it off.
Oh my god.
Oh, can you say that again
so I think like during this pandemic, it's the greatest opportunity that you can be frugal but still be generous. Yeah, it's the best.
I think
time.
a great exercise for everyone is just to think like, hey, when's the last time I spent something on someone else instead of me, and not expecting anything in return, We've met some really good people along the way in the pandemic. I think in times like this, you really will see who is really generous, right? Especially when it's like as stressful for everyone, you will really see who is just trying to go out there and help, Because hey, Frugal or Cheapskate, these guys at this point, everyone should be frugal, or everyone should be very wise with what their money is, right? But I think that there is like a hack to just happiness after that. I think when you start spending, or when you start using your money for other people, that's a very different satisfaction, or there's a very different happiness that comes out of it. And that, honestly, there's, people always say, money won't bring you happiness. Oh, money will bring people happiness if you spend it on them properly. That's the hidden thing. Whoever said money don't bring you happiness, obviously haven't seen people like Malaysians eat before after you spend a good meal, So I just want to say, I think there are times, sure, we talk about money in the future, we've always wanted to talk about money and money-related stuff, but hey, you spend on what makes you happy. Just make sure, you save for a rainy day and for your neighbor who might need some help.
Yes.
That is like the best thing. If you got enough money to spend on you, you got enough money to spend on your neighbor. Just saying. And Esther loves food, so whoever, you guys just send her food. You make her a very happy person.
Esther loves food.
Any Singaporean here? Just kidding.
No, you can't just give out your address like this.
Oh man.
Just DM us for Esther's address.
Please don't disturb LAYYI, guys. But no, for real, I think just before we kind of start wrapping things up, right? I don't know, like there's so much that I still want to unpack when it comes to maybe not just so much about money anymore, but LAYYI's story, your life story is nuts. Like, would you say that whole mentality of growing up faster, that even that whole experience, right, of learning to fend for yourself manage your finance, would you say that that's been a big contributing factor in the singer-songwriter, artist, and persona LAYYI that you are today? Even like the first song you wrote and released, like Hey Love, is about. You know what? Why don't you tell people what's Hey Love about?
No, actually, I wanted to hear what you were gonna say.
I hate you.
I don't know. Like,
Hey
I
Love,
was really curious to hear what.
The first time I heard it, so I've told this story a couple of times, right? But the first time I heard it was because Ben shared your Spotify, and I clicked on, and he's like, Ming, you would really like this one, and this is like the musician in me, right? I hear acoustic guitars. Usually I'll skip the track one because Ming and I grew up playing acoustic so much. I'm so bored of acoustic tracks.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know, a spoiler alert: Hey Love is completely acoustic.
Yeah, it's completely acoustic.
Yeah. Oh my god!
We can get Ryan to put this in.
We can get Ryan.
Sorry, my bad.
But there was something about the song that I felt like set out like immediately, because everyone's music and songs today are about like, oh, let me put my hands in your pants, you know, or like
there's a new track we're dropping this Christmas.
Yeah, let's like leave the door open, smell what my love smells like. It's always those kind of things, right? But Hey Love was like,
are you singing to your 15-year-old self?
Like, yeah, who are you singing to?
Because that's deep.
Because like there's a line in the song. There's like, how have you been holding up? Is this a life you've been dreaming of? Or has it slowly faded or slipped away? I'm like, help, who's singing to me? It hurts.
I think thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that you guys love the song. I mean, it still blows my mind that like music can reach the other side of the world. I mean, not the other side of the world.
Usually
but
the internet reaches that fast most of the time.
But like just blows my mind. Yeah, I think growing up alone has definitely. We are all people. We've all become who we are today because of the decisions we have made, or because of like how we grew up, right? So I think it has definitely shaped me into who I am today. And like if I have not if I've not gone to church like in a young age, right, like, or met God in a young age, I don't think I would have been where I am today at all, because like I would have zero guidance. I would have like no family, no community, and and I think just recently, you know, I felt like I came up with a very apt line, right, of how it feels to grow up alone, because I think people ask me that a lot, like what does it feel like, right? So the line that I came up with was that growing up alone makes you feel like you're living on an alien planet where in fact you are the alien.
So basically you're Superman lah.
No, not Superman.
Technically, there's Clark Kent, you know, he grew up on an alien planet.
I didn't think of that.
He's the alien,
so that's the first thing I thought of, right? Yeah.
Wow, but that's really
you could put it that way. You could put it that way.
Yeah. So I grew up thinking like a lot of things are weird, like people are weird, like how come they would think this way, how come they won't think that way, right? And then and I think I thought that everybody was weird, but actually I was the weird one. I was the one that is having like the different mindset or different way of thinking.
So
and stuff.
Is this song really written for your younger self?
No, actually, it was written last year, like at December 31st was when I finished the song 2020. Yeah, and then I just put it up. Like sometimes when I write stuff like I really resonate with, I'll just put it up on Instagram, right? And then this song in particular just had a lot of people responded to it, like saying, "Oh, this is very nice. I really relate, you know, like so much." And then so that was when I decided to like put it out. If not, I didn't have any. Like it wasn't like this is my whole grand plan of like how I'm gonna put out stuff like and be an artist and everything. Right. Yeah, I just put it out because everybody seemed to really resonate with it. So I was like, wow, okay, I think I need to share this. You know?
I think it's crazy that you didn't even mean to, but after you just told us your story today, right? It really feels like you were unconsciously writing this to your younger self, because every single line kind of would be what you would want to hear when you're 14. Or 15.
Right? That's true.
And that's crazy. Like when you write things like that you don't realize resonate to you so deeply, will resonate to people. So good on you for being a part of like that kind of like songwriting world, right? When you're just writing something that is meaningful. But it's mad. I think it has a lot of weight now. So for everyone who came here for LAYYI, now you know her origin story. Now you know
why and who LAYYI is the way she is today. But I think just to tie that back to the conversation at hand, right? I think what's so strong about the entire story you just told, and even from like the earlier bits, right, for all of us, like how we spent money, like even the way I spent money, like on my guitar stuff, but also, I always want to make sure that I buy something extra for food for people to eat, right? It's the choice that you make with what you do with that money that I feel ultimately defines the way you feel about money.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could be like Minghan always he always illustrates it this way, right? Like if someone gives you $10,
$1.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
There's a $1 rule. $1 rule.
Wait, what's the $1 rule now?
Oh, sorry. If someone gives you $10, what's your $10 rule? Because you use money.
Like the one would be, if someone give you $10, how much? Like what will you do with $10?
Oh, okay.
Like Minghan will be like, I'll save like 6 ringgit, and then like maybe like I'll buy food for like somebody for like 4 of myself, right? And like that's for me has always been like, what do I do? Because like he will always joke and be like, if someone gave me you $10, he would buy something that's $12, Like I would like blow everything and more. But I think it's just that choice, right? Of knowing that even if you are only given so much, right? It's not about how much you have, it's about what you do with how much you have. And like I feel like LAYYI is like the living testimony of that. Like with everything that she's had, everything that she hasn't had.
Yeah.
The girl that we are having on the podcast today, like that's still like speaking life and promise and hope into her songs, into other people. But dude, like it changes perspective, lah. Like I feel like now I feel like, what's the point? Who got no money? Who got no such thing as no money?
For everyone, if they so happen to listen, everyone who paid it forward in Esther's life, good on you. The teachers, the village,
uncle,
the friends,
auntie, the
the
church
uncle,
people, all
auntie.
really
This is the product, guys, and you guys create something that you guys don't know. And for all those who did not pay it forward, hey, go suck an egg. Anyway,
hey, okay, take it easy, Minghan. Wrap it up, man.
Being frugal, being stuff, guys. We've brought this more. We brought this way more than we wanna, we ever thought we would talk about when it comes to this. But if you guys want to hear more about, are you spending right? Are you spending well? And you just want to hear more of Esther's music, the links will be here.
Yes.
I don't have any other songs to promote from LAYYI right now because there's one on her Spotify, which is
guys,
great.
Her new song that she's working on is nuts.
Okay. Let's just wait for that. The only way you guys are gonna find out is you follow her on Spotify, you follow her on Instagram. She also posts a lot of monetary advice. No, she does not.
She
please thank Esther. Any ending words for your fans?
My friends?
Fans.
No fans.
Your listeners.
Got a lot.
Yeah.
Your listeners.
Thank you so much for all your support so far on the song and just on my life. Like all of you guys who have sincerely like written out like a heartfelt kind of feedback on how the song has impacted you or any of that has really that's just giving me the utmost joy, and it's the reason for what I do and
bring it in.
And I just thank you for all your support, and I hope that I mean, even though I'm receiving the support, but then I'm to me it feels like I'm giving parts of my life to you, so it matters to me. Like this matters, your stories and your feedback matters to me. So
no cheapskate here with life.
Yeah.
No cheapskate. No cheapskate at all.
Thank you so much for everyone. Yeah.
What a lady, guys. Yeah. Come on, Singapore. You got national treasure right here. Come on.
Singapore.
It's nuts,
thanks.
Crazy. No lah, we claim her lah. She's like Malaysia lah.
Yeah. So for everyone who's not heard a song, here it is. Usually you do it. You want to do it?
Yeah. So this week's song recommendation, we're gonna try to do a special one. We've shouted out before, but here is "Hey Love" by LAYYI for the second time on the podcast. This is what it sounds like.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, it's the first song that has gotten a second shout out, like on the show ever.
Well, I mean, wait. I was supposed to do like Gentle Bones.
Yeah, speaking of Gentle Bones, here's also a brand new song from our friend Gentle Bones. Let's go. Jeremy, what's this one called?
So it's called Positive Procrastination. It's a collaboration.
I believe it.
With Gentle Bones and Gamilio. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry, but
this is what it sounds like. Hit it. Look at me bopping to that. Hit it. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. It's such a summer song. I don't know what that means because it's summer all year round in Singapore, Malaysia. But it's just a vibe. Gentle Bones is just I want to punch him because he's so good.
Everyone, thank you so much for listening in to this week's Tabletop Podcast. Listening on Spotify and Apple, and join our Discord at discord.gg/thetakeawaytable. Thank you so much, Esther, for being here. Thank you everyone for sharing your deepest, darkest spending secrets. Please, guys. Singapore also, please be safe and don't go to KTV anymore, okay?
Oh,
you want to sing songs, sing at home and listen to
Calling him out.
Oh my gosh, guys. Thank you so much. We got to run. We got things to do and people to save money, save yourself, be safe. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace.